Brother, let me ask you something. Have you ever lain awake at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment with your ex-girlfriend, wondering how you didn't see the signs? She told you she loved you, but somehow she drained your energy, killed your confidence, and left you feeling worthless. Listen carefully. It wasn't your fault. You were dealing with a stupid woman. And the truth is, stupid women follow the same psychological patterns, signs so subtle that most men ignore them until it's too late. Today, I'm exposing the 9 psychological signs that reveal if the woman you loved was secretly toxic, manipulative, and emotionally dangerous. If you've ever been ghosted, betrayed, or heartbroken, this video will open your eyes, because once you learn these signs, you'll finally understand why she acted the way she did, and you'll never let another woman destroy your peace again. Stay until the very end. This might just change your life forever. Sign 1. She plays the confusion game. Imagine this. You meet Emma at a coffee shop in Los Angeles. She's stunning. That effortless beauty that makes every guy turn his head. You strike up a conversation. She laughs at your jokes. She touches your arm lightly. And for a moment, you think, wow, this could be something. Then the games begin. Emma starts texting you late at night, sending little flirty emojis, dropping hints about hanging out. You feel the chemistry. You feel like she's into you. But the next day, you text her good morning, and silence. Hours pass, then suddenly she replies, "Oh, sorry, you've been so busy." Brother, welcome to the confusion game. Women who play this game aren't genuinely interested. They're bored. They want the attention, the validation, the little dopamine hit from knowing they have someone chasing them. And here's where most men fall into the trap. They think, she's hot. She's probably just busy. I just need to try harder. No, brother. Read this carefully. A woman who truly likes you won't make you guess. Emma knows exactly what she's doing. She'll keep you hooked by giving you just enough attention to keep your hopes alive. She wants the good morning texts, the late night calls, the constant reassurance that she's still wanted. But when it comes to actually committing, she ghosts. She cancels plans last minute. She says, let's see how it goes, but never shows up. Here's the psychology behind it. Women who play the confusion game often crave power, not partnership. They want to feel like they're in control. Controlling your emotions, controlling your time, controlling the chase. And here's the danger. The longer you play, the more invested you become, while she invests nothing. Before you know it, you're emotionally exhausted, constantly questioning yourself. Did I say something wrong? Should I text her again? Maybe I'm just not good enough. Stop. A Stoic man knows his worth. You don't beg for attention. You don't chase someone who treats you like an option. Remember this rule. If she's really into you, there's no confusion. There's only clarity. In places like New York, London, Sydney, men waste months, even years, chasing women like Emma, who were never serious to begin with. Don't be one of them. A high-value man walks away from emotional games because the right woman won't confuse you. She'll choose you. Sign 2. She weaponizes feminism. Let me take you to Chicago for this one. You meet Sophie at a friend's party. She's confident, outspoken, and during your first conversation, she says something like, I believe women should be independent. We don't need men for anything. You nod, respecting her stance. But as you get to know her better, you realize something strange. Her independence isn't about equality. It's about control. See, there are 2 types of feminism. 1, healthy feminism, where women seek equal rights, respect, and opportunities. Perfectly normal. 2, weaponized feminism, where certain women use independence as a shield to manipulate, belittle, and emotionally dominate men. Sophie falls into category 2. She constantly reminds you how strong and independent she is. But deep down, she expects you to pay for everything, plan every date, and carry all the responsibility. And here's the contradiction, brother. Women like Sophie say they don't need men, but they demand male benefits without giving partnership value in return. This isn't strength. This is entitlement disguised as empowerment. In places like San Francisco or Toronto, you'll meet many Sophies. They've been sold the narrative that independence means disrespecting men instead of collaborating with them. Here's the psychological trick. When a woman weaponizes feminism, she creates a power imbalance. She positions herself as above you and uses guilt to make you feel like you're always falling short. Statements like, "Real men don't complain. If you were confident enough, you wouldn't feel insecure. I deserve better than this." Sound familiar? These aren't conversations. They're manipulations. But here's the truth Stoic men understand. A healthy relationship isn't a battlefield for dominance. It's a partnership built on balance. A high-value woman respects your role just as much as you respect hers. She doesn't need to shrink you to feel powerful. So brother, here's your rule. If her version of independence comes with constant disrespect, belittling comments, and an unwillingness to meet you halfway, walk away. Because a woman who weaponizes feminism isn't looking for love. She's looking for control. Sign 3. She loves drama more than peace. Picture this, brother. You meet Olivia at a rooftop bar in New York City. She's fun, adventurous, and her energy is magnetic. You start dating, and at first, everything feels perfect. The late-night drives, the deep conversations, But here's the problem. When a woman's self-worth is tied to external validation, she starts seeing relationships as performances, not partnerships. In cities like Los Angeles, Miami, and Toronto, this is becoming common. Many women are conditioned to measure their value based on likes, comments, and followers. And here's the danger for men. You'll start feeling like you're dating a brand, not a human being. Chloe's happiness depends on strangers' approval. If her post gets 10,000 likes, she's ecstatic. If it gets 500 likes, suddenly she's upset, distant, and cold. You'll notice other patterns too. She constantly seeks compliments. She uploads provocative photos just to compete with other women online. She values attention more than genuine connection. She talks more about her followers than about her future. And brother, here's the kicker. If she needs constant validation, she'll also crave attention from other men, even while she's dating you. Because to her, it's not about loyalty, it's about relevance. The psychology is simple. Her dopamine system is addicted to the high of being seen, admired, and desired. Without that, she feels empty. But here's the brutal truth Stoic men accept. A woman who values attention over connection will never be satisfied with one man. That doesn't mean you avoid women who enjoy social media. It means you avoid women who prioritize strangers' validation over your real bond. A high-value relationship is built on trust, loyalty, and growth, not likes, comments, and clout. So brother, here's the rule. If you constantly feel like you're competing with her followers for her attention, you're not her partner. You're just another like on her highlight reel. Sign 5, she plays the victim in every situation. Imagine this, brother. You meet Sophie at a networking event in Chicago. She's charming, funny, and instantly grabs your attention. Within the first week of dating, she tells you about her toxic ex, who never appreciated her. You feel bad for her. You think you've met a woman who's been through a lot and just needs someone to treat her right. But here's the twist. As weeks turn into months, you realize Sophie has a pattern. Every time something goes wrong, she's never at fault. She's always the victim. She had a fight with her boss. It's because people are jealous of her. She lost her best friend. It's because everyone betrays her. She missed a work deadline. Well, no one gave her proper instructions. Sound familiar? Here's the psychology behind this behavior. Some women build their entire identity around being powerless. Why? Because when you play the victim, you avoid responsibility. And avoiding responsibility means avoiding growth. In places like Dallas, Toronto, and Sydney, you'll meet Sophies everywhere. Women who turn every single problem into someone else's fault. And here's the trap men fall into. At first, you become her savior. You defend her. You comfort her. You give her endless emotional energy. because you believe you're helping her heal, but slowly, you become her emotional dumping ground. Her entire happiness starts depending on you. If you don't answer a call, you abandoned her. If you disagree with her, you're just like her toxic ex. If you set a boundary, you don't care about her feelings. Brother, here's the truth. A woman who always plays the victim will eventually make you feel guilty for everything. Even when you've done nothing wrong, you'll feel like you're walking on eggshells, scared to upset her. The danger? Over time, this dynamic destroys your confidence. You start questioning yourself. You begin apologizing for things you didn't even do. And worst of all, you start believing you're the problem, when in reality, you're just trapped in someone else's emotional chaos. Signs: she plays the victim. She constantly blames others for her problems. She rarely apologizes or admits her mistakes. She uses her trauma as an excuse for toxic behavior. She expects you to fix her life instead of taking responsibility. And here's the Stoic lesson. A relationship is not therapy. It's a partnership. You're not her father. You're not her therapist. You're her partner. And if she can't take accountability for her actions, you'll end up drowning in her unresolved issues. A healthy woman says, "Yes, I made a mistake. I'll do better." A toxic one says, "This isn't my fault. You don't understand me." One leads to growth, the other leads to drama. Choose wisely. Sign 6, she competes with you, not supports you. Let me paint this picture for you. You meet Emily at a tech conference in San Francisco. She's ambitious, driven, and you're instantly impressed by her passion for success. At first, it feels exciting to be with a woman who matches your energy. But then, you start noticing subtle signs. Every time you achieve something, she downplays it. You close a big deal at work? Must have been luck. You buy a new car? Probably just a phase. You get a promotion? Well, let's see how long it lasts. You laugh it off initially, but then you notice something deeper. Emily doesn't want to grow with you. She wants to outshine you. This is what I call competitive insecurity. Here's the psychology. Some women measure their self-worth by comparing themselves to the people closest to them, especially their partner. Instead of being your biggest supporter, they become your silent rival. In cities like New York, London, and Chicago, you'll meet plenty of Emilys. Highly ambitious, but emotionally fragile. They see relationships as a competition instead of a collaboration. The danger for men: when a woman competes against you, she can't fully celebrate you. And if she can't celebrate you, she'll slowly resent you. You'll notice these patterns. She rarely compliments your wins. She constantly compares her achievements to yours. She feels insecure when you focus on your goals instead of her needs. She tries to one-up you in conversations just to prove she's better. And brother, here's where it gets dangerous. A relationship becomes toxic when success feels like a threat instead of a shared victory. Let me give you a real example. A client of mine in London was dating a woman like Emily. Every time he hit a new milestone, she'd grow distant, cold, and dismissive. Eventually, she admitted she felt intimidated by his success. But instead of working on her insecurity, she sabotaged the relationship, mocking his goals, belittling his achievements, and constantly seeking validation from other men to prove her worth. The Stoic mindset here is simple. A partner who resents your growth will eventually resent you. A high-value man needs a teammate, not a competitor. A healthy woman celebrates your success because she's secure in her own. She wants you to win because your victory feels like her victory too. But a toxic woman feels threatened by the very progress that could benefit both of you. Here's the rule. If every achievement feels like a battle, if every win feels like a threat, you're not in a partnership. You're in a silent power struggle. And brother, power struggles don't build empires. They destroy them. Sign 7. She uses manipulation instead of communication. Picture this. You've been dating Olivia for 3 months in Manchester. Everything seemed amazing at first. She's beautiful, funny, and charming. You think you've finally found someone who gets you, but one evening, you tell her you can't make it to dinner because you have an important business meeting. Suddenly, her entire tone changes. She doesn't say, "That's okay, I understand." Instead, she goes silent. She replies with one-word texts. She starts posting cryptic quotes on Instagram like, "Never make someone a priority when they only make you an option." You're confused. You haven't done anything wrong, but now she's punishing you with silence and guilt. Brother, this is called emotional manipulation. The psychology behind it. Some women use passive-aggressive tactics instead of healthy communication. Why? Because manipulation gives them control without confrontation. It's easier to guilt trip you than to have an honest conversation. Here's how it looks. Silent treatment, she ignores you until you apologize. Playing the martyr, acting hurt to make you feel guilty. Gaslighting, twisting facts so you question your memory. Love withdrawal, pulling away affection to teach you a lesson. And here's where most men fail. We try to fix it. We over-explain. We apologize even when we did nothing wrong. We give more attention, just to restore peace. But the more you reward manipulation, the stronger it gets. I had a coaching client from Los Angeles who dated a woman like this. Every disagreement turned into an emotional battlefield. If he didn't do what she wanted, she'd fake tears, threaten, to strangers' approval, signs she's validation obsessed. She can't go an hour without checking her phone. She posts more selfies than actual memories with you. She flirts with men online, just for fun. She needs reassurance for every little thing. She measures her happiness by how others see her, not how she sees herself. And brother, here's the harsh reality. A woman addicted to attention will never fully belong to you because her loyalty isn't to the relationship. It's to her ego. A healthy woman values real connection. She's confident in who she is, with or without social media approval. A toxic one uses validation like oxygen. And if you stop feeding it, she'll find someone else who will. Here's the Stoic mindset. A queen who needs constant applause isn't ruling her kingdom. She's begging for it. If you're dating someone like Madison, you need to ask yourself, do you want a partner or a full-time cheerleader for her Instagram audience? Because, brother, if her happiness depends on the next like, the next DM, the next comment, you'll spend your life competing with strangers on the internet. And trust me, that's a battle you can never win. Sign 9. She disrespects you publicly and privately. Imagine this, brother. It's a Friday night in London. You're at a rooftop bar with your girlfriend, Sophia. The city lights sparkle. Music plays softly. And for a moment, everything feels perfect. But then, out of nowhere, Sophia laughs at something you said. Not in a cute, playful way, but in a mocking, degrading way. Her friends are around. They all laugh too. She calls you silly and jokes about your job, saying, "Oh, he's still figuring out what he wants to do with his life?" It stings, but you smile awkwardly because you don't want to ruin the night. Brother, that smile is the moment you lost. The psychology of disrespect. Disrespect is cancer to relationships. It kills attraction. It kills trust. And most importantly, it kills your masculine energy. See, a secure, feminine woman uplifts her man. She respects his opinions, his boundaries, and his role in the relationship. But a toxic woman, a stupid woman in psychological terms, will constantly test your value by seeing how much disrespect you'll tolerate. This is called compliance testing in female psychology. Here's how it works. She criticizes you in public to see if you'll defend yourself. She compares you to other men to trigger jealousy. She makes jokes about your ambitions to test your confidence. She interrupts you constantly during conversations. If you accept it silently, she subconsciously thinks, if he can't stand up for himself, maybe he isn't as strong as I thought. And once she starts losing respect, the relationship begins to die. Slowly, quietly, and painfully, public versus private disrespect. There are two kinds of disrespect, and both are equally destructive. 1. Public disrespect. This is when she embarrasses you in front of others, friends, family, or even strangers. Examples: making jokes about your income at a dinner party in Manchester, flirting openly with other men while you're standing there, rolling her eyes when you speak in group settings. Public disrespect is designed to make you look weak in front of others. And if you allow it, you've just handed her your masculine frame. 2. Private disrespect. This one is more dangerous. It's subtle. It happens behind closed doors, and it slowly eats away at your confidence. Examples: ignoring your boundaries and doing what she wants anyway, constantly dismissing your feelings, saying you're overreacting, using sarcasm instead of direct communication. Private disrespect is like water damage in a house. You don't notice it at first, but by the time you do, the foundation is already cracked. I once coached a client from Los Angeles, a 34-year-old named Daniel. Daniel was dating a woman who constantly criticized him. At first, it was subtle. "Oh, babe, why do you wear those shoes?" Later, it became brutal. "You're not ambitious enough. You should be more like her friend's boyfriend. You never do anything right." He kept staying quiet, hoping things would get better. But here's the truth. Silence doesn't fix disrespect, it fuels it. Eventually, Daniel lost his confidence. He stopped pursuing his goals, stopped speaking up, and started walking on eggshells, just to keep the peace. By the time he came to me, he wasn't the same man anymore. He'd become a shadow of himself. And that's when I told him, the rule I'm telling you now: a woman who disrespects you repeatedly doesn't love you. She despises you. Daniel walked away. 3 months later, he had a new job, a new lifestyle, and a new girlfriend who respected him deeply. How to handle disrespect like a Stoic man. Here's the formula, brother. Step 1. Set boundaries early. From the start, make it clear what behavior is unacceptable. You don't need to yell. You don't need drama. Just calm confidence. Example: Sophia, jokes about my job aren't funny to me. If it happens again, I'll walk away. Step 2. Enforce consequences. Boundaries without consequences are just suggestions. If she crosses the line, you act, not react. Walk away from the situation. Go no contact for a few days. Refuse to engage in arguments. Step 3. Stop explaining yourself. Weak men over-explain. Strong men state their truth and move forward. If she respects you, she'll adjust. If she doesn't, she'll leave. And that's a blessing, not a loss. The Stoic truth? Brother, you teach people how to treat you. Every time you allow disrespect, you're silently saying, this is okay. Do it again. And trust me, she will. But when you stand firm, when you value yourself, when you demand respect, you separate yourself from every other man who bends, apologizes, and sacrifices his dignity just to keep her happy. Here's the ultimate rule. Respect isn't requested. It's earned and enforced. A strong man doesn't beg for it. He commands it. By the way he lives, speaks, and walks away when necessary. Because the truth is simple, brother. If a woman can't respect you, she can't love you. And if she can't love you, she doesn't deserve you. Conclusion. Brother, the signs are always there. Most men just ignore them. Beauty fades, attraction blinds, but psychology never lies. If you want peace, respect, and fulfillment, learn to read the signs early and walk away from women who drain your energy, waste your time, and destabilize your life. The truth is simple. You don't need every woman. You only need the right woman. And now, you have the psychological tools to spot her. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.